Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Plus One Theory podcast. If you're new here, let me quickly introduce what the Plus One Theory is all about. The Plus One Theory is simple yet life-changing. It's the belief that no matter where you are in life, no matter how exhausted, defeated, or stuck you feel, there is always one more step you can take. That extra effort, whether it's one more act of kindness, one more deep breath, or one more moment of pushing through, creates momentum and ultimately transforms your life. Unlike rigid self-improvement models that demand drastic changes overnight, the Plus One Theory is about small, intentional steps that add up over time. It's about resilience, growth, and knowing that even when you think you have nothing left, you always have something extra within you to push forward. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to take a moment to share something important. I am not a doctor, therapist, or mental health professional. What I share here is based on my own life experiences, lessons learned, and the mindset shifts that have helped me move forward. I encourage you to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always seek professional guidance when needed. Now, let's get into today's episode. Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Plus One Theory podcast. I'm Pam, and today we're diving into something incredibly powerful, visualization and manifestation, and how they are directly connected to the Plus One Theory. The way we see ourselves, the stories we tell ourselves, and what we believe about our future shape every aspect of our lives. Last week, we had an amazing conversation with Charles Coulter, and something he said really stuck with me. We are still listening to the 7-year-old child inside of us. Think about that for a second. Today, we're going to talk about how to break that cycle, how visualizing our goals and future helps us to take control of our narrative, and how manifestation is more than just wishful thinking. I've listened to several podcasts this week, and every single one has been talking about manifestation and visualization. It's been a message placed on my heart because if I had only known about this as a young adult, so many bad choices would have never happened. However, I am thankful for my past. Don't get me wrong. It gave me the life experience to share with all of you and reinforce something I truly believe. Every day offers an opportunity to take one more step toward the life we want. So let's get into it. Have you ever thought about the things you believed about yourself as a kid? Maybe you thought you weren't smart enough, not good enough, not lovable enough. Maybe someone made a hurtful comment that stuck with you for years, and you still believe it deep down. But just because we once believed something doesn't mean it's true today. One of the biggest barriers to growth is holding on to outdated beliefs. These beliefs keep us stuck in fear and doubt. But the Plus One Theory teaches us that growth happens one step beyond fear. Let's pause and talk about something critical, the difference between joy and happiness. Happiness is external. It's based on circumstances. You get a promotion, buy a new house, or go on vacation. Those things bring happiness. But happiness is fleeting because it depends on things outside of our control. Joy, on the other hand, is internal. It's cultivated within us. It's the fuel behind the Plus One Theory. That fire that keeps us going even when life is tough. This is why you see people who seem to have it all, money, power, success, but they're still miserable. Let me share some manifestations in my life before I even knew that word existed. These were my Plus One moments, steps I took before I knew how powerful they were. I had horrible teeth from a childhood of non-existent dental care. Where I grew up, people often just waited in pain until their teeth were pulled. I hated to smile because of how crooked and unhealthy my teeth were. So I started researching how to fix them. I enrolled in a certified dental assisting college. And once I received my certifications, I started a career in the dental world. My bosses were dentists, so they fixed my teeth for free. Then there was my first job in tech. I was working in a support role, answering phones, when a field tech asked for my help. He put me in a room full of computers that needed repairs. I told him I had never worked on a computer in my life, but he showed me how to fix one and then told me to figure out the rest on my own. I never imagined myself working on computers. But by taking one more step, I figured it out. That skill led to my next big career move. Each of these moments happened because I visualized a better future. And instead of stopping at the first hurdle, I took the next step. That's the plus one theory in action. The plus one theory and manifestation share a powerful connection. Manifestation is about believing in your future self and attracting the reality you desire, while the plus one theory is about taking action, one step at a time, to turn that belief into reality. Neuroscientific studies have shown that when we vividly imagine an action, our brains activate similar regions as when we physically perform that action. This phenomenon, called functional equivalence, means the brain treats imagined actions almost like real ones. This is why athletes, performers, and leaders use visualization techniques. It literally trains the brain to succeed. But where manifestation relies on belief and intention, the plus one theory ensures progress through action. So let's compare the aspects of the plus one theory versus the manifestation. So the core idea of the plus one theory is taking one more step beyond perceived limits. Versus manifestation, the core idea is attracting desired outcomes through belief and intention. The focus of the plus one theory is small, continuous actions versus manifestation, which is the visualization and belief shaping reality. The driving force behind the plus one theory is internal resilience, pushing through struggle. And the driving force of manifestation is alignment with universal energy, or like laws of attraction. The application of the plus one theory helps in moments of exhaustion, fear, or doubt, finding the will to keep going. The application of manifestation focuses on seeing, feeling, and believing in success before it happens. And the outcome of the plus one theory is progress, no matter how small, leads to long-term success. Versus manifestation, the outcome is clarity and direction in achieving goals through belief and intention. The best way to use both is to visualize where you want to be. That's manifestation, by the way. And then take the next actionable step. And that's the plus one theory toward making it happen. Here's an example. If you visualize yourself as a confident public speaker, that's manifestation. The next step might be signing up for a speaking course or practicing in front of friends. That is the plus one step. Also, here's another one. If you dream of a healthier body, manifestation can set the vision. But the plus one theory makes you take that first walk, then the next, then the next. This is why athletes, performers, and leaders use visualization techniques. It literally trains the brain to succeed. And if we pair visualization with the plus one mindset, taking one tangible step toward that vision, we create an unstoppable momentum. You are not the same person you were as a child. You have the power to rewrite your story, visualize a new future, and take the next step to manifest it into reality. So this week, I want you to try this. Write down one belief you've carried since childhood that no longer serves you. Also, visualize yourself 10 years from now, who you are, what you're doing, how you feel. Take one small action today that aligns with that future. Remember, happiness is temporary, but joy is something you create within yourself. And that joy fuels your next step. Before we wrap up, I want to invite you to our brand new Chapter Chatter Book Club. This is a space for our community to come together, dive into inspiring reads, and have deep, meaningful discussions about personal growth, resilience, and of course, the plus one theory. Whether you love books, need motivation, or just want to connect with like-minded people, this is the place for you. This is how you join. You follow us on social media for updates on book selections, engage in weekly discussions and reflections, be part of a supportive community committed to growth. I'd love to see you there and hear your thoughts. So if you want to register for the club, you just simply go to pamdwyerspeaker.com.